Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Tuesday the 28th of April. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, so looking at the euro dollar first, and yesterday we ran just through the daily 50 and pulled back within, but it does with the higher low that's sort of put there but made a new high. It does look like, well, there's a reasonable chance of continuing. So the sort of question starts happening, well, where to next? And 1.1 seems an obvious sort of target area. We did have plenty of supply when we were up the highs here. Let's just pop that in there. You've got this sort of supply area around this sort of zone. So 1.1 would be sort of a sort of target area. If it runs into that area, we could find some resistance. Likewise, if there's enough momentum, if it did it, we could run through. For now, it's pushing up quite nicely. So that's where I'd be looking. Now, from an hourly perspective, there is a chance if we break this sort of trend line that we could come back down and head off towards yesterday's lows, but at the moment, as I say, I'm relatively bullish on these markets, although I do realise they could reverse at the drop of a hat, of course. We've still got quite key news out this week. Looking at the pound dollar, and the pound made good progress yesterday and is continuing to push upward. Again, it's sort of in terms of looking where it closed above the daily 100. It's now sort of running towards yesterday's highs. Now there is a potential that we could see a little bit of a retrace in a short while. I'll show you why. But for now, if it can, from a daily's perspective, keep on pushing. Well, again, looking at the round numbers all the time, we've got the 1.3 above us, then 1.4, and then if we can get back up to those highs that we saw, it's just back in February there, we could get back up to the sort of 1.5 area. So it could continue up quite nicely on this route at the moment. So certainly a possibility. Now, we do have news out today. We've got the GDP figure coming out at 9:30, which could obviously put a bit of a dampener on this. But as I say, at the moment it's moving up pretty decently. If we can break yesterday's high as well, the R1 looks like a reasonable shot. The dampener, it could be, we haven't yet caught the daily pivot there at 151.99, so if it does sell off through the lows here, let's just put the trend line across the lows somewhere in there. It's probably it's probably a bit steep, that angle, but delete that one. Across those lows there, well, it could come back towards that daily pivot. I mean, may even just double top and roll over. So you've got to bear that in mind. But if with the momentum and the strength of the move at the moment, may even just miss the daily pivot. We'll see. Okay, dollar yen, very consolidated in the short term. In fact, I see it a little bit on the 4-hourly, but it's quite consolidated at the moment. Made a bit of movement yesterday, but it is in a trading zone which it could well and truly stay within. So it's, for me at the moment, it's relatively difficult to make a decision on. It looks easier than it is sometimes when you see this market after its trade it been running. Well, it looks fine, but it can. I mean, at the moment, it's just chopping its way out of a wedge pattern here. So, and it's just selling off at the moment. So, if it gets a wiggle on here, target wise, could easily come back to the Asian session lows here. There, yes, and the S1 there, 118.77 sort of area. So, obviously, the intermediate lows may be the sort of first sort of levels it runs to, but certainly could run back there. It's already gone through its daily pivot, chopped all over it, but not an easy one in real terms. I would be erring towards the stronger side on it though. Okay, and the Aussie dollar's just run back into this sort of what was a resistance area. That's just I mean, it's a few times we've seen this sort of area be quite a point of resistance. It's whether or not it can break this 100 MA, daily 100, and continue the push upward, northward. At the moment it's putting all the right things in, higher lows as it's running through, higher highs, so it's running in the right direction at the moment. Let me just clear the flipped off there. So certainly running in the right sort of direction. As I say, it got pretty close to its daily pivot just around about midnight. Whether it will break the lows here and roll over, we'll have to see. There is the potential for it to come back towards that area at 78, 36, 37, that sort of area, and retest the prior highs there, but it's already retested them once, as I say, the 11 o'clock candle there. So at the moment, as I say, looking relatively bullish. Right, okay, that's it for me really. So other news out today, we have got the US consumer confidence figures out later on at 3 o'clock as well. Not that they're normally big movers, but in this current market with the FOMC on Wednesday evening and the GDP on Wednesday afternoon, there's a lot of emphasis on the dollar this week, so we'll be watching that quite carefully. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great one. Bye for now.